Alright, hello guys, welcome back to another video. So I said I wasn't going to be talking about Dream again, but I mean, some more allegations have came out against him. Now, wait, before you say, hey, Breone, stop talking about Minecraft YouTubers and their cringe allegations and stuff like that. Like, just stop it. That's pretty gay. Don't do that. The reason why I wanted to talk about this again is because there is quite frankly nothing else I want to talk about. Not even saying that I want to talk about this. It's literally just like, I'm trying to keep up with a daily like upload schedule, right? And I want to have content out for you guys, but there are literally like no topics I want to talk about right now. Like, I'm very, I guess you can say that like I'm really picky on the topics that I want to cover. And I went searching around and I really didn't want to talk about the Nickelodeon stuff. If you guys know anything about that, there were some allegations that came out against Dan Schneider. He is a former Nickelodeon producer. And what's being alleged is actually some really like heinous and disgusting things. And I mean, at this point, it seems like we've only been talking about like heinous and disgusting things and allegations on this channel for like honestly this whole month. And it really is starting to get depressing, I'll be honest here. And I know this video is about some more allegations, but I don't think this is as serious as like the Nickelodeon allegations or this random Twitch streamer getting arrested for human trafficking. Like, I know that bad stuff gets clicks and that's why I do it, but like sometimes it's just too much. So I mean, if you guys have any other video ideas or like topics you want me to cover, please send some. I mean, they can be good. I'm not going to pick everything that you guys have to, I guess, offer because like I said, I'm really picky on topics, but please, I'm saying it in the video right now. I've been doing it on the community tab post for like the longest time. Please send me your best video ideas so I can cover it. If you want to hear my opinion about something, make sure you cover it. Maybe I could do like a Q&A video or something, or just like a bullshit video for fun, because man, I'm kind of getting sick of allegations. But I mean, despite that, today we're talking about Dream and allegations, so it's not quite over yet. And recently this person came out against Dream, in which they said, SA, my experience at Dream's concert. So yeah, initially looking into this, I was believing, oh hey, Dream at his concert SA'd somebody. Oh great, more SA allegations, right? But it actually turns out to not be that way exactly. You'll see what I'm talking about as we go through this. At Dream's last concert, September 27th, 2023, I was sexually assaulted. Okay, let's hear the details. Let's see how Dream had anything to do with this. 2 blocks from the venue, I got catcalled, and all day after I was self-conscious about my outfit, I debated buying a jacket to cover up, but thought I'd be fine. It's not like anything would happen to me in a group that loves safety and positivity. Famous last words. Okay, so you're being catcalled by random people on the street. I mean, yeah, people do that and it's fuck. People shouldn't do that. So I understand that, but to include it here as if it's Dream's fault because it was right before his concert is kind of, what's the word if you guys remember? Disingenuous? Yeah, you might be being a little bit, disingenuous here, or even including this. But anyways, moving on. The venue was super crowded, barely any personal space. Okay, boohoo. As long as it doesn't turn into a Travis Scott concert, then I think you're fine. And as long as nobody died or got hurt, like, I don't see a problem with it. Like, we're not in the pandemic anymore. Like, not a big deal. If you don't like it, then leave. I tried to stay back, but ended up in a sea of people so deep I couldn't leave unless I pushed my way out. I tried to distract myself from how overwhelming it was by hyper-focusing on my filming. Okay, so you were filming. Alright, interesting. Keep that one in mind for later. Especially for a song I really loved at the time. It was loud and bright and still very crowded, so I didn't notice the stranger behind me moving closer. Not till I felt a hand touch my hip. Okay, interesting. If that is true, maybe that person shouldn't have been doing that. Maybe they shouldn't have been randomly touching you for whatever fucking reason. But yeah, let's continue on and let's see how this is Dream's fault. I was mid-recording and didn't want to unpack what was happening, so I just kept filming. Okay, good, cool. I tried to convince myself it was accidental, but after a bit, I felt more, this time painful and only getting worse. Okay, so what was happening? Like, were you being R-worded or what? Like, what are you trying to say here? Like, what? Why do we have to be so vague and like put on this whole story instead of just like flat out saying what happened? Like, I don't get it. In this context, if this person was like touching your hip, okay, that's fucking weird and don't touch other people. I guess you could classify that as assault, but I don't know if you can be over here saying, oh, it was sexual assault, especially if this person wasn't touching any of those areas. But don't get me wrong, randomly touching somebody for no reason, for whatever intent you have, is fucking weird and you shouldn't do it. And it's not legal. I looked down and all I saw was their hand in the dark low on my hip. Okay, if that's the case, assault, if we really want to say it's assault, making a physical personal attack on somebody else, if we do want to say it's that. But to say so far that this is sexual assault is just blowing that out of proportion, because this is not sexual assault from what I've read so far. Then I couldn't quite breathe, but I was frozen in place and they just kept touching me. Okay, yes, you're describing assault. I'm not comfortable sharing the rest. Sometime after the song ended, disassociated, I noticed an open space ahead of me. I stepped forward, the movement jolted their hands off me, and after that, the stranger stayed stayed gone. Okay, well, all right. It would have been nice if we knew where the hands were, except for on the hip. I mean, they shouldn't have been there in the first place, especially if you didn't want them there and this person didn't have permission. But I really hate to be logical here and say that if this person was not touching any of your special areas, I'm just going to keep calling them that, then it wouldn't be sexual assault. And that's not victim blaming, that's just factual information. From that point, I was on autopilot, numb, and disassociating worse. I managed to cut the video to post, hoping I got out all the bad parts and filmed the next song. My hands were shaking, but I really didn't want to process it, so I pretended I was fine. Now, okay, when it comes down to the video thing, are you talking about you cut out all the bad parts, like you mean where you were touched? Or are you just referring to like where your hand was shaking too much and it was a little bit shaky, so you decided to cut that part out? Or what? Because I'm not sure if you realized this at the time or not. If you did record this and you cut out the parts where you were being touched, really dumb thing to do. But I mean, I guess if this was actually going down, you were actually like fearing and you were scared and whatnot, okay, it makes sense and you wouldn't want to be reminded about that. But I mean, just moving forward, it's like, if you don't have that video, then who's supposed to believe you? Like, I'm just saying, there's a lot of people replying in the comment section of this on Twitter and they're asking, where's the evidence? You didn't show any evidence of this happening, let alone that you're trying to blame this on Dream as if it's his fault, like he was the one who did this. Like, why the fuck did you have to mention, oh, it was at a Dream concert or whatever? Like, it looked like, personally, let alone that this came out when everybody else is dogging on Dream, that you were using this to either ruin Dream or to just get plain and simple attention. Like, it was actually so dumb to post this. Like, I'm not even lying. Maybe you did go through a traumatic experience. I personally don't know if you did or not. Only you would know that. But to come out about it right now when everybody else is coming out about their stuff, and then to try and blame Dream as if he's the one who did it or something, or like he allowed it to happen, is just fucking retarded. Eventually the show was over and I called an Uber. I barely managed to drag myself in, trying to convince myself I was shaking from the cold and not the fear. It was a mix of both, but I knew damn well I couldn't hide forever. My driver even checked on me because I shook so badly my teeth chattered. The whole time I just wanted to get home and scrub my skin raw to get phantom hands off of me. Wait, what? Is anybody else reacting like how I am? Because I just don't... What is this schizophrenia? Phantom hands, bro. You wanted to scrub your skin raw to get the phantom hands off of you. Like, damn, bro, I might actually start feeling bad for this person because this sounds like brutal. The phantom hands, dude. Damn, I really didn't think that shit was that bad. But realistically, when somebody's describing something that happened to them that was very traumatizing and serious, why the fuck would you just describe it as like phantom hands? Like, that honestly is just a weird way to describe it. I was gifted a cat beanie while queuing and I really don't care. Then I was home and I shattered. I took the night to crack and scream and cry and delete the footage to wipe it. Well, okay, I mean, I guess I understand it. You don't want to be reminded of that moment, but again, it's kind of a dumb move. But I mean, I understand why it happened, because you didn't want to be reminded of something that you deemed as being traumatic. I've still seen other footage on socials. Even scrolling past it makes me ill. Okay, and where's that footage? I want to see it. And that was that. To be frank, I didn't want to share this. What do you mean you didn't want to share this? By posting this right now and putting it on Twitter for everybody to see and typing this all out, you definitely wanted people to see this and you wanted to share it, because if you didn't, then you wouldn't have posted it. Just like if I didn't want to make a Dream video and I said I didn't want to make another Dream video and I really did not want to make this video, me making the video and putting it out there means I wanted to make it and I wanted to share it and I wanted to put it out there. Sure, I'm not too happy talking about Dream again and I know my audience is going to be pissed off at me, but I still wanted to make this video and that's why I'm putting it up and I'm sharing it. Just figured I would say that. I don't want pity or to stay haunted by this. I just have one message. Supporting victims means all victims. Well, okay, when it comes down to your situation where nobody knows who allegedly did it to you, I'll be honest, I'm more inclined to believe somebody who is just telling their story over like somebody who's just trying to make allegations against somebody else with no evidence trying to get them crucified. But with the other cases, like Katie and George not found, if you don't show evidence and there really isn't a clear victim, how am I supposed to know which victims to support? Because either way, like Katie could have been a victim, George could have been a victim, like you just don't know. So yeah, I'm definitely for supporting victims means all victims, yeah, but I have to know who the victim is, if that makes any sense. Because definitely if something did really fucking terrible happen to you, of course I would want to support you, because shit like sexual assault happens all the time and way too often, and it definitely is not a joke. Anyways, moving on. I'm so disgusted by the takes I've seen lately, twisting the definition of consent to invalidate victims' stories, saying a victim should have done more to stop her own assault, saying a victim is lucky to be assaulted rather than R-worded. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I have no idea who is saying this stuff or what this is really in reference to. Maybe it's trolls on Twitter or something. Maybe it's something else, but yeah, I don't know, because I know I haven't been saying stuff like that. Even Dream's Reddit post, it's sickening that he too has been dismissive of SA when it can happen even 30 feet from his fucking stage. Like, okay, might I ask why we're implying that Dream has anything to do with this? I have no idea what Reddit post we're talking about, but I mean, like, what is this, like, actually, what is this cringe ass shit that I just read? My experience at Dream's concert, immediately from just seeing that and the SA also, like, it literally looks like you're trying to imply that Dream had something to do with the SA. And it's so weird that this came out around the same time that everybody else is dogpiling and coming out about their alleged SA stories against other huge Minecraft YouTubers, and then to imply that he had something to do with this because it happened allegedly 30 feet from his fucking stage. I feel like this is an insane reach, honestly. I beg you all, support victims, not just the ones you agree with or the ones who accuse people you don't like, all of us. It shouldn't take graphic details or a secondary confirmation just for you to conjure a shred of empathy. All we ask is to be heard when we are so brave to speak. Listen. Now, okay, I listen to what you have to say, but at this point, I just don't understand why Dream had to be brought into it. I don't see why you couldn't have just came out about this like, oh, I went to a concert and oh, this happened to me. I was SA'd, blah, 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 right? I don't get why it couldn't have gone that way, but instead you decide to include Dream as if like Dream has anything really to do with this besides it being a concert that he was doing. Like, once again, Dream had nothing to do with this, and just because something happened 30 feet away from him and he wasn't aware, blah, 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 like, you're acting like he does these events so that people can like go around sexually assaulting other people. Like, that's sort of what you're implying here, and that he had something to do with this. Like, no, you had a traumatic experience according to you, and Dream shouldn't have anything to do with it. Like, I just find it so weird that this came out around the time that other people came out about their stuff against other big Minecraft YouTubers. This person talks about how they did not want to share their story, but they decide to share it, and then they included Dream as if like Dream was allowing this to happen or something, or that he was behind it. Like, this obviously seems like something that was made to get attention, and yeah, maybe something really bad did happen, but also trying to weaponize this against Dream for whatever reason because you don't like him is really fucked, and it fucks up your credibility also. Like, if you really cared about what happened to you and your story and people believing you, you wouldn't have hit Dream with a stray. Now, anyways, with that all being said, I think I'm gonna wrap up the video right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video despite it being about Dream again. Hopefully in the coming days we have more topics to talk about. Right now there isn't really anything too good. It's kind of been a slow day for drama today, so there hasn't really been anything else to talk about. But yeah, still make sure to send some video ideas. Leave one down in the comment section down below. Send me a message on one of my many social platforms, and I might cover the topic that you give to me. But besides that, if you happen to enjoy the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so that the video gets promoted more in the algorithm so more people will see it. Thank you guys so much for being a member to the channel. Your support really means the world to me, and I really do appreciate it. Now, with that all being said, my name is Breone, and I will see you in my next video. Peace!